Okay, here's the head scratcher. The head scratcher is I was listening to Calvinist Reform tulip theology person who said, oh, right here, Matthew 1:21 says that God comes for only his people, or he only elects his people. Then I decided I was going to go look in the New Testament to see for his people. The head scratcher is, how come never once does the words his people, at least according to this one Reformed theology person, how come his people never refers to unbelievers, Gentiles, those that are being regenerated, that God elects just a certain few? Here's the verses. Look at his people, about Israel, my people, Israel, Israel, his people. This is Old Testament talking about Israel. These are a few Psalms, which I just found and put in there. But let's get to the juicier stuff. Here it comes. He will bring back many of the people of Israel, Luke 1. Israel, because he has come to his people, Israel. So the head scratcher is, why would some Calvinist Reform tulip people say, well, when it says his people, see, he elects just a certain few. He chooses who he wants to choose before time begins, and then take you to one singular verse and try to convince you of that. Is it because you don't care about the Bible? Does that person really think Matthew 1:21 is talking about only people that Jesus came to save and elect? I think that was a big failure. I'm wondering if other Calvinists or Reformed tulip people fall prey to this his people stuff. You can see his people for remission of sins, still talking about Israel from the Old Testament. Has God cast away his Israelite people? Paul writes in Romans 11:1 and 11:2. Continuing the same thing, Romans, well, this one says Gentiles next to it. This might be one that might pave a picture for the Calvinist Reformed tulip. But why would any Calvinist ever take you to a singular verse that says his people and say, see, he only chooses who he's predetermined to choose? That's what Jesus is here to do. He came to save his people, but his people always refers to Israel. Now you see a lot of these verses only say Israel. That was the first wave of scriptures that I found. So head scratchers abound. The head scratcher specifically, again, in context, is his people really meaning only the elect from eternity past that and then pass over the rest? Or does his people, especially in the New Testament, mean Israel, which was his original chosen lot? And we know they weren't all saved. Read Hebrews 3, read Hebrews 4, read Exodus. Okay, head scratchers abound.